Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah,
Hey,
Terrence,
what's up?
and Tiara.
Hey.
All right, guys. Everybody is here today for episode 276, Unstoppable. You can watch this on Prime, by the way, Amazon Prime, if you haven't already. I'll give you the log line for this one. Centers around the life of wrestler Anthony Robles, who was born with one leg and won a national championship in 2011 while competing at Arizona State University. This is a true story, or based on a true story, directed by William Goldenberg and starring Jharrel Jerome, Anthony Robles himself, actually, Jennifer Lopez, Michael Peña, and what's the other dude?
Bobby
Cannavale. Who I always like in movies. He's a great character actor. He's the biggest piece of shit in this movie. It's a great performance by him. It really was. I hated him the whole time. And of course, Don Cheadle's in this movie, who is underplayed, in my opinion.
Like, is it Robles or is it Robles?
Oh, I think it's Robles, actually. You're right. Okay. Like every time I see the name and hear it, I keep thinking Roblox, that fucking game kids play, which I have no idea what it is. So I'll go first. Look, I like a good inspirational sports movie. And this is down the line exactly what you would expect. All the performances are fine. Jharrel Jerome is a great actor. He's not given a particularly heavy thing to lift here, which like he did in When They See Us, something like that. So he was fine. I mean, again, I had no issues with pretty much anybody's performance. I thought everybody was fine. Again, Bobby Cannavale playing his stepdad or whatever, Rick Robles. He was a giant piece of shit. It was a great performance by him. Jennifer Lopez was fine. She was fine. Seeing her with jet black hair was weird as fuck at the end. And everybody else was cool, whatever. Don Cheadle is kind of underused, but it's not about him. So he's just kind of an inspirational coach. But other than that, I thought it was fine. I thought the movie was fine. Terrence, I'll go to you.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. It's fine. Nobody fucked anything up. It's your basic sports movie. You become the character overcomes adversity. I mean,
yeah, it's a hero's arc.
Nobody was bad. It was great.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. When I first started, I'm like, okay, go ahead and get through this. Then he choked his dad. I was like, yes, thank you. But that was 40 minutes before the end.
We've been waiting on this.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I was waiting.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to hit him with his crutches. I was like, because that's what I would have done.
That'd be hilarious. But a crutch, it only hurt a little bit. You been hit with a crutch before?
No, I haven't.
No.
What a weird question. Hasn't everyone? No, Terrence, they haven't.
Yeah, it's not normal. Okay.
Your life experiences are
serious.
It's fine.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's a fine movie. It's right down the middle of the road, fine sports movie.
Yeah, it's a folding laundry movie, easy folding laundry movie. Tiara, your thoughts?
I cried. I loved it.
Oh,
I thought it was so inspirational. I was like, oh my God. There are times where I actually had to turn it off because I was like, oh my God, is he going to win this match? I was like, I can't look. I can't. I think it's
Yo, the fact that you get anxiety from a story that happened in 2011, what's going to happen? It's not Rocky. He doesn't lose at the end.
I know this. I was like, I know it's gonna have a happy ending, but I can't watch this because I know he really wanted to go to Iowa, and this guy looks like they say he hadn't lost a match, and I was like, oh my God, how's this gonna work out? No, I thought this was, in fact, I think this was the kind of movie I needed to watch because everything has been so shitty lately. Yeah, I needed something happy, and something inspirational. And I was just thinking, this guy, if this guy can do what he did, I was like, how can I apply that to my own life? But I did read that he became like a ambassador for Nike after he retired, which never happens.
Yeah, he's the first to do that.
Yep. So yeah, Bobby Cannavale's character, just a horrible, horrible guy. I mean, they don't show the abuse like straight out. Like you don't see him like smacking Jennifer Lopez around, but it's kind of implied with like the bruises and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I also love Jharrel Jerome's performance. I just feel like he's an underrated actor because we don't see him in a lot of stuff, like not a lot of like mainstream stuff, and it feels very sad because he's talented, and I would love to see him in things that are a bit more mainstream. Because I don't know how many people know about this movie because I think this was only on Prime. Like I had like a limited release, so which is a shame because
he's about to be in a huge movie.
Which one?
He's the voice of Miles Morales in the Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse movies. In the Earth 42, like the evil Miles Morales. That's him.
Oh,
so
yeah, it looks like him.
Okay, all right.
Sequel.
Why he gotta be evil? Because I was saying like he give me Miles Morales vibes.
Yeah, well, an evil.
Yeah, turns out probably should have cast that guy from the beginning.
Yeah, the guy they picked, bit of a weirdo.
Who? Who's
bit of a dope?
Oh,
very good.
Yeah, that dude is. He is a whole weirdo. I think calling it like Phone and Laundry Music or movie is pretty accurate. Like, but I think if you just need like a really feel good movie that's based on the true story of someone overcoming a hardship without letting their disability stop them, and just being different, I think this is the right movie for that. And then I went to go look up like Anthony Robles' like speeches and stuff like that afterward. So yeah I liked it.
All right, there you go. Micah, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's fine. You know, you've seen a sports movie, you've seen this one, right? This is the perfect first movie for a director, because it's a well-worn like formula, and it's very easy to get the audience on your side. So you know, it's fine. It's fine. It does the thing that like it's healthy sports, right? It was like in healthy competition, right? Like I was worried that people were going to be on his team were going to be like, you know, fuck this guy, right? And because he's got one leg, you ain't better than me. And then they were going to like haze him or some shit. No, like his teammates were his team, and
they were totally reasonable.
You know, yeah, they were completely
reasonable human beings. They're like, hey, this nigga got one leg. He's better than us. Let me shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you can't say that.
So one thing that I did really appreciate was the effects. So the actual
that was the one that was honestly the most impressive thing to me in this movie.
Yeah, this was
him just having one leg throughout the entire movie.
So I was like, how are they doing this? And Anthony Robles is the person.
Double, right?
Yeah, he's the double. And in a lot of the scenes, they used machine learning and AI to put Jharrel Jerome's face on Anthony Robles during, you know, a lot of the scenes. So
cool.
it was very, 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 very impressive.
Pretty fucking seamless to me. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know body double. I didn't know about the AI stuff.
That's impressive. So it's pretty impressive. But yeah, that's the thing that makes this movie stand out from other, like, you know, sports movies. Don Cheadle's one of my favorite actors. I think he is. I think he's good in this. I think he plays his role very well. Like Don Cheadle's usually a scene stealer, but he's not doing that in this. And he shouldn't be, right? Like, because we're here to look at this inspirational story. Michael Peña is someone that I don't see get a lot of work, and I think he should, because he plays characters that aren't, That one dude named Hector that's been in every LA gangster movie.
That one fucking actor. Yeah. He was named Hector like 97% of his work. It's fucked up.
Yeah. So look, Jennifer Lopez. While I'm not a huge fan of Jennifer Lopez, but her acting is better than her singing, and it was fine here. Bobby Cannavale. I like Bobby Cannavale, and like you, I was like, yo, what? Like, yo, you're a real piece of garbage, man. Like, I don't like him when he's a piece of garbage because he's really good at it.
Yeah,
And,
no, he's an underrated character actor. He is. He really is.
Yeah, but he plays other roles, and he's really good in all of them. But yeah, I don't like it when he's a piece of shit, man. Like, nah, yo, like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
His turn in this movie, like as a kind of a known Hollywood nice guy kind of person, it's familiar to me. It feels like Alan Tudyk playing that racist piece of shit in 42. You're like,
yeah,
like,
calling Chadwick Boseman Mr.
Tudyk.
Bojangles. Yo.
Yeah, it's like, yo, why are you being so mean? Like, you're naturally way too good at this. And it's like, smash cut to him. He's like, hey, everybody, I'm just Alan Tudyk. It's like, all right, I still feel a way about that role. Like, who wrote the lines? Or did you improvise any of this shit? Here's your hat, pick it up, Mr. Bojangles. Like, all right, like, good God. But yeah, his turn in this is very different than anything else. So yeah, I thought the movie was totally fine. All right, so let's get into it.
Oh wait, real quick. Did you guys see who was originally cast to play Anthony Robles and who originally had the production rights to the film?
No.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim.
Jason Mitchell was originally cast from
Easy-E?
he played Easy. Yeah.
Easy-E?
Yeah.
That doesn't.
He was supposed to be playing Robles?
Yes.
That nigga's like 7 shades darker than that.
Right, and like, is he Afro Latino?
I don't believe so.
I don't know.
Jason Mitchell? No, I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't know if he changed his name to like keep him off a registry. I'm like, I don't know.
But the production company was originally under $7 Production.
Oh, my God.
For fuck's sake. Dodge the bullet. Dodge the bullet. God damn. That is
then before it went to Ben Affleck's company.
Yeah, apparently
Would have been the coach.
Oh, he would have been. God damn it.
Yeah, and then he would have been like, let me show you how it's done. And then just took over the whole movie.
Well,
made it about him.
Why didn't they should? You know what? The Rock should have been in this movie. He should have played his same character for the one where he had to, what was it, skyscraper or whatever, where he only had one leg too.
One leg.
Yeah, like he takes off his prosthetic.
The magical Negro, right? He's like, you see, you can't let this get you down, and take his fucking prosthetic leg off.
Like, oh shit!
No, a firefighter, or whatever the fuck he was, an FBI. What the fuck was he?
In Skyscraper, he was a because it's one of the few later Rock movies that I actually really like. He was like a Marine that was like a system security,
like head of security
analyst.
or something like
that. He peddled ADT for corporations, right? Like that's what he did. And then, he took his peg leg and hopped off of one building to another building. Like, what the fuck?
Like, that is not how that would have worked.
Married to Nev Campbell. What are you doing?
Yeah, that movie is insane. I loved it. So the movie starts off with Anthony watching the coach from Iowa University, and it's basically like, my wrestlers have to be like, the best ones have to be, tough and an asshole, and if you lose, you die, and all this like end of world bullshit. And that's what he's watching as he's doing push-ups, because that's what he thinks he needs to kind of aspire to. And he wants to go to Iowa because Iowa has the best, wrestling team, I guess, in the country for colleges. And so he's it smash cuts to him at the high school finals, and he's paying attention to the coach at the recruiter, the coach from Iowa is there, I guess, scouting the best high school wrestlers. And he goes out there and he does what he seems to always do, which is kick the shit out of all these other wrestlers. And he turns out that like the Iowa coach is more interested in the kid he beat because he, I guess, has 2 legs, and that's enough of a reason, which is fucked up. I don't know. I'm picking the kid with 1 leg who can beat the other kid. That like just from the standpoint of like just being able to do that. I'm like, yeah, just go with that kid. Like, what the fuck? But fuck Iowa, I guess is the point. And so
he's also black.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. It's like we're in Iowa. We got white people in corn. This white kid will do. So then we kind of smash cut to this dinner post the high school championships, and Anthony's walking around. He sees his mother and his coach talking to somebody, and he ends up talking to this dude who's like working the food trays or whatever. And the guy's like, "Oh shit, man, I saw what you did. That was awesome. Like, so what are you gonna do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to college and everything else." He's like, "Nah, man, fuck college. You should go over to the WWE. You should become a professional wrestler." And he's like, "That's not real." He's like, "Nigga, is $1 million real?" Which is a hilarious line. I was like, he's not wrong.
He's right.
Yeah. And then he was like, "Yeah, your gimmick could be like Peg Leg Pete, and you just come out and hit somebody with a crutch." I was like, that's fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to say.
Yeah, you know what's real fucked up?
I said definitely there's somebody doing it. I'm sure.
Yeah, it was done in the WWE. Like they had a kid who wanted to come in and
what was his name?
I forget his name, but he came in and his mom was in the stands, right? And Brock Lesnar beat the brakes off that kid and hit him with a crutch in front of his mom.
Zach Gowen.
Yeah, there you go, Zach Gowen.
Yeah.
Look him up. Want to see? If you
he got didn't he get hurt for real too? Didn't he? Or no, I'm thinking there's an ECW. There's an ECW one where they had like some kid come up and he got like New Jack, I think, fucked this kid up for some reason.
Oh no, that was the mass transit incident. He beat the shit out.
Oof.
Oh, you want to be a real wrestler?
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be a joke. Like, nah, I ain't a joke.
Yeah, if you want to see Hitler's wet dream, Brock Lesnar beat up a crippled man, look up Zach Gowen.
Isn't that politically incorrect?
Yeah, you fucking ableist.
Jesus.
Sorry,
asshole.
Uber Nazi. Sorry.
No, not Nazi. That's not.
Oh, okay.
You fucking asshole. Welcome back, TR. So
but he said, before we continue, he said something that kind of pissed me off. Right? When he walks off, he's like, "Yeah, I'll be seeing you on TBS pretty soon, won't I?" I'm like, WWE was never on TBS.
Yeah, it was never on TBS.
It made me mad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It was on. Wasn't it on USA?
Well, like, what year is this?
20. It was never on TBS.
It was never. Yeah, it was never.
It would have been. TBS was WCW back in the day.
Oh,
yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah,
that's a serious continuity error.
The Superstation at 6:05 on Saturdays. What are we doing?
That's why nobody saw.
Yeah, shit used to become on at like 8:05. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway.
So when he's at the dinner, his mom and his coach are there, and they're talking to a representative of Drexel University, and the guy's like, "Hey, loved your match. It was awesome. Here's a free ride to Drexel and a sweet ring. Here you go. Everything will be paid for." And he's like, "All right, I got another appointment, so bye guys." And he just fucking bounces, which is crazy. My mom would have fucking.
What's wrong with Drexel, Micah?
Where is Drexel? Where is it, TR?
I don't know where Drexel is. No idea what
it is where the
Look it up.
The new Super Bowl champions will be from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, even this man is 100%. Look, this is where I was rooting for him.
Oh,
he was like, "Hey, here's a free ride to Drexel. All you got to do is stay in Philadelphia." I'm gonna weigh my options. at this state school in Arizona.
As a walk-on. As a walk.
So,
I
I mean, Michael, would you encourage your son to not take a full ride scholarship?
We got family in Philly. You know, he has save points over there. He's got a safe haven. The ridiculousness that is Philadelphia.
Weren't you gonna go to college in New Jersey at one point?
I was.
Giant glass house.
Look, I don't hate Philadelphia, but I got to live the gimmick, man. I got to keep it up.
You gotta watch that video. You gotta watch that video Terrence sent you. That shit was hilarious. That nigga was
I did watch it. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Philly's a disgustingly dirty city. And I say that as a person from Baltimore, hypocritically, I know. So after that,
New York is probably dirtier than Philly. Honestly.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Dirty as shit.
Yeah, well, there's fucking 8 million dirt balls that live in there. So after that, he does the only thing that's worth a damn to do in Philadelphia. Climbs the top of the stairs and stands on the Rocky, where the Rocky statue was, and looks out across the city. That's how much of a lame city Philadelphia is. They're
no way fictional character, fictional boxer. Like, what the fuck?
Like, it's the most important thing that's ever happened here. Like, we know. And cheesesteak. We get it. And
their cheesesteak fucking sucks. I'm sorry. I don't like that cheese whiz bullshit. Come at me, bro. I don't care.
I'll say this. I was super confused because, like, I was like, why do they keep saying they're from Arizona? Aren't they from the Bronx? Like, Jharrel Jerome.
Yeah, like everybody sounds like that.
Right. Yeah, they're all from fucking New York. Yeah. Right. It's like fucking transplants.
So I felt personally, it almost took me out the way. I was like, oh, they're in Arizona. Okay. Plot twist.
Oh.
Like, why? Yeah, that actually is really funny. Like, yeah. Bobby Cannavale is from New Jersey. Jennifer Lopez is obviously from the block. Yeah. So everybody, and I'm pretty sure Jharrel Jerome, is from New York.
He's from the Bronx.
Yeah, so there you go. That's just fucking hilarious. We're all from Arizona.
Okay.
Are you?
Is anyone? So after he goes and sees Philly's best landmarks, they head back to Arizona and get back to like civilization. And he sees his stepbrother and sister, and they're all cheering. They're so happy to see him because like here he is, a national champion and everything else. Then Ricky or Rick, their dad, comes in, and he's a correctional officer, and he's just a real piece of shit. He's constantly just kind of shitting on Anthony, like, oh, you're not going to choose Drexel. You could help the family. You could do all this shit, but like you're choosing to, keep your options open. Like, how dare you? I mean, I'm going to say I would be kind of mad. I'd be like, nigga, you going to Drexel?
Here's the thing. When he first came in, I'm like, he's got an air of asshole about him, but I didn't disagree. Like, my nigga, they giving you
right,
bro. Like, come on, yo, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then as the movie went on, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he was like, the best wrestlers don't, they come from Iowa. Well, like, here's your chance to be a wrestler to come from Drexel, dude. Like,
right. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Just because the best wrestlers go to Iowa, it doesn't mean that you're going to be one of them. Like, just because you went to Iowa, that's not how that works.
Right. That means you're about to get beat, son.
There's mad people.
He won't set the standard of being the best elsewhere. I didn't necessarily agree. Like, at this point, I didn't know he was an abusive asshole. But like when he was talking, I was like, I mean, he's kind of.
Yeah, he's making a lot of good points.
Not lying.
That's good. You know why? Because we're all black and we're being like mad practical. Like, yo, go to college, free, my nigga. Like, but what about my dreams? Dreams the first. Yeah. Like, relax. Yeah. So like, I get it. I get his point. I also understand Anthony's point of not wanting to go to Drexel. You want to go to the best school possible. He gets home, or he gets back to high school, and his coach is like Michael Peña, and basically he's like, listen, you have this opportunity to go to Drexel. The fuck are you doing right now? And then we see him, what he does for like at work or at night for work. He cleans planes.
He cleans planes with Bubba.
Yeah. Don't throw that orange at me. How dare you? And so he cleans planes, and this dude is like, look, man, like, keep your shit straight or whatever. But the guy like really likes him, right? And he's like trying to look out for him and give him extra hours because he knows he needs the money to help out with his family and everything else.
Isn't that the you raggedy bitch guy from
yeah, we're waiting for that. Where she threw the fucking orange at him while that nigga was standing in a hot ass LA sun with a leather fucking vest with no shirt on underneath. Just
man, I love him.
Yeah, that's
he still looks the fucking same, man. That
He really
movie came out 30 years ago. He hasn't aged, man.
Yeah, he really kind of does look the same. You raggedy bitch. He even did the fucking pointy thing when he walked away. That's his signature shit. So then we see him like heading off to school, and like you meet that like some of the neighbors are like drug dealers or whatever, which I thought they were going to kind of come back to. They never do.
Yeah. She was just like, I know
like,
whatever his name was. I know a bunch of him.
Yeah, like,
okay, well,
don't fuck with him.
About to get some trouble.
Okay, that's the end of that.
No, he didn't. Yeah, right, he didn't. Okay, well, good job, Mom.
Yeah, like I thought maybe it was going to go. I don't remember what the name of that movie we did a couple weeks ago was. With the black dude who was the genius, and he got caught up with drugs and shit like that. I was like, please don't be that story.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like, you're way too accomplished.
Around the same time.
Yeah.
Late 2010s. I mean, the late aughts. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually. Yeah, you're right. It was actually right around the same time. So he gets called into Arizona State University. He meets Coach Sean Charles, played by Don Cheadle, and he's like, "All right, come on, let's take a walk." Which I'm like, "Stop fucking me!" Like,
the guy said the same shit. He's like, "Let's go for a walk." I'm like, okay.
My arms are tired. Can we sit down, please? I'm very strong. Which is just hilarious to me. And so he's like, "Look." He basically gives him this long speech, and he's like, "You'd have to be a walk-on, and good luck. You could do it." He goes, "Oh well, I have a scholarship offer to Drexel, a full scholarship." He was like, "I suggest you take that offer," which is not what you want to hear from a guy who you'd like to have as your coach. And so he's like, "Look, there's no guarantee on the team. Like we don't have a spot, so you can try out if you want." Of course, he gets back home. Rick is like, "Oh, you checked it out. All right. Like, good job, dumbass." And then he basically is like, "Yeah, why you give me a hard time?" And he keeps plucking him in the neck, which
I didn't like that. That was pissing me. I was like,
see, that's when you take your crutch. Like, obviously Terrence could, confirm this. Obviously, hitting someone with a crutch probably doesn't hurt very much. But if you took the crutch and you hit someone under the jaw with it, that would probably hurt. That's just what I'm thinking.
Facts.
I haven't thought about it too much. I'm just saying. But yeah, he's basically goading him the whole time. Like because he kind of wants to fight this kid for some reason because he's a very small.
This whole wrestling bullshit. Yeah.
He's
talking about like I'm a real
really
man. I put away criminals. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he's a cop. I don't like cops.
No, he's not even a cop. He's a shitty version of a cop. He's a correctional officer. He's what Rick Ross tried to pretend he wasn't to get his career going.
Yeah,
never forget. Rick Ross is a fucking liar. Oh, I feel
like when you go into like law enforcement or whatever the fuck you do, you become a bit of a dick. I went to high school with somebody. I told you guys I've looked at his salary. You can look it up online. He makes quite a bit of money because he's been on the force for 25 years. But it makes him. He's an asshole. You know?
Yeah, I don't think you become a dick. I think it just kind of like. I think you just kind of asshole. Yeah, you just gravitate to it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's a certain person.
If you are musically inclined, you will probably grow up to be a musician, right? If you are, you know,
this nigga he was one of the coolest niggas on the planet in school.
No, he wasn't. Surprise.
Yes, he wasn't. Because good lord, that nigga's a dickhead, man.
Like,
anyway,
like, do you enjoy beating your wife? You know, there's a high propensity that you're going to be a cop.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about his situation. He got custody of his child. So this is fucking. He actually got custody of his kid because his mom was a piece of shit. Also, so.
Okay. Do you make bad choices in life? Then you might be a cop. You never know. Choose better. So
wasn't that his big thing in this movie? Choices.
Yeah,
you
choices.
Sound like him. Yeah, you sound like him.
Yeah, choices.
Is
that place still open?
As my wife used to say, club no choices. Back in the day, she was like, "Get out of here!" Absolutely not. Yeah. So yeah, he's like, "Oh, you got to make choices. You got to make choices." And he's doing all this like big shit, and then he's like, "All right, I'm going to work." Which I was like, "This nigga's going to cheat on his wife. Get out of here." And so then, you know, he leaves and Anthony is like making fun. They're all making fun of him to his own kids. They're like, "You got to make choices." And all the kids are laughing. They're like, "Our dad's a dickhead."
I thought it was kind of funny / sad, right? Because he leaves and he just kind of stands outside. And then all of a sudden he just like joy and laughter in the house. And he's just
yay!
Like, yay! He's sitting outside sad. I don't like your ass, Nick.
Not I hate you.
See how came all joyful when you left? Maybe you should be a dickhead.
Yeah, well.
Your family would like you. Hey,
I guess it's fucking easier said than done. So Anthony goes back to work. He gets a letter from Iowa. Basically, they're like, "Look, thanks for applying. It's not going to work out." And he's sitting in the plane that he's supposed to be cleaning with his buddy Eddie. And he's like, "Look, man, don't worry about it. Like, you know, what does Iowa have? White folks and corn. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, we got plenty of white folks here in Arizona, and you can buy corn down the street," which is just hilarious to me. He's like, "Look, you got a scholarship to Drexel." He's like, "It's not that hard." He's like, "Oh, well, it's hard to decide between ASU and Drexel." He goes, "Let me get this straight. You could go to the school that don't want you, that you got to pay to go to, and you might not make the team, or the school that does want you, and they're going to pay for everything. Don't sound too hard to me." And that's the blackest shit said in this movie. He's not wrong.
But at what point do you? Because, you know, I think all of us out of, I think, that period of time of our lives where we're more idealistic than anything. But at what point do you kind of just let someone that age make that decision and try to support them as much as possible? Or do you just say, like, "Nah, go to Drexel"? Because Anthony really, he was like, "I can do it."
Yeah.
But it's
if I were you, I'd go to Drexel. But hey, man, do you?
Yeah,
you, bro. Like, and hey,
it's your kid. Like,
don't work out.
I'm just gonna be here to say, "Dude, I told you."
Right. Like, you gonna get these jokes, nigga.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna wrestle you to the ground.
Yeah.
Put you in a chokehold.
Now we broke. Thanks a lot. You ruined the whole thing. No, don't worry. We'll just guilt you into it. No, I think you try to give your kid the knowledge to make good decisions, but ultimately, or what you deem are good decisions, right? But ultimately, they have to forge their own path. They just do. This happened to my aunt, right? Like, she got in. She wanted to stay in Maryland and go to, like, you know, University of Maryland or whatever with all her friends, right? Because that's where all her friends were going and stuff like that. And she got a full ride to HBCU in Ohio, and my grandparents were like, "That's wild. pack your fucking bags. You're out of here. And that's where the fuck she went. Yeah. Like, you going to Ohio. Yeah, you going. Yeah. And you know what? She did 4 years for free. So,
Hey,
I mean, that's old school shit, but like, my grandparents.
Yeah,
were like,
I mean, that's really
we're not trying
like,
to hear.
it's to
that's
protect
it
them.
though. That's it though, right? Like we got to think about this practically, guys. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, man.
it's very nice.
You're
that
making
you wanna-
yourself. You're making it really difficult. You're putting your life on fucking all Madden. That's crazy.
like,
And they
we
be
still
cheating
paying
on that
student-
motherfucker.
we still paying student loans, yo. Like, we still paying
Yeah.
student loans. Like, no,
And it's
get your
and
ass
you
over
know,
there.
success is never guaranteed. So I mean, it's
No.
I think you want to protect your kids from a very, very hard future. And one of the ways to make it easier is if you do not have to pay for your own schooling. If someone's willing to pay for a high education, I'm sorry, you go. And it's not like, in this case, Anthony wouldn't have been giving up wrestling, right? It's not like they looked up his grades and say, you're a better academic student than a wrestling student, and so we'll rather take for the academics. If you want to play and if you want to wrestle, you can do that. No, they wanted him for his skill, so he could have still made a name for himself there, and without the added pressure of having to support his family. But he chose the much harder route. It just ended up working out, which is why we're here. But for a lot of people, it probably doesn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm of two minds. Like, I think you gotta let your kid forge their own path, but at the same time, like, eggs is $7 a carton, my nigga. Like, I need you to help out.
$11.99.
$9.
Yo, that's insane.
Like an
Y'all
18
need to get in the
count
streets.
right now. It's like
Y'all need to go yell at somebody. That's insane.
Are you saying we should go do something?
Yeah, just in all capital letters. By the way, I didn't vote, but go do something. Shut up. Goddamn ignoramuses. So at this point, he does the walk on. He does the walk on at Arizona State University, and he meets another guy who's there, who's clearly not wrestling in his weight class. He's
I was like, this nigga big as shit.
He's like twice his size.
What weight class is this nigga in?
He's probably like the fucking heavyweight class. This is a big fucking dude. But he recognized him. He was like, "Hey man, like, nice to meet you," or whatever. Again, this starts what Micah's talking about. Like, everybody's just generally friendly. There's no like nobody like. There's no like a black guy. Was this guy Afro Latino? Was this guy only got one leg? No, everyone's like, "Well, you work really hard. Let's all want to hang out and like, study." It's like, wow, amazing. But yeah, good. It's not like fucking Clash of the Titans. We don't have to get over racism in a weekend before these guys can play fucking football. So basically Don Cheadle was like, look, there's like 45 of you, which is unfortunate because we only got like 33 spots. So, get your shit.
55.
Yeah. That's not
22
good.
people.
Yeah. The first bit of work they have to do, of course, it's a run. And that feels unfair. But
I was like, is this nigga gonna be wrong? Yeah, there he is. Okay, well.
There he is, yeah. It's like, all right.
They got one dude running with a 45-pound plate. No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
like,
what he
go
do?
jogging?
What did
He go
he do?
jogging with like 10 pounds?
Well, I think it was a relay, wasn't it? Wasn't it relay
Yeah,
with the plates?
like you got to pass it off to your
With the
team.
plate?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Nah.
There you go, 45-pound plate.
Nah. I remember jogging with 10-pound ankle weights on each leg.
Okay,
Just to see what it felt like. And yeah, no, that shit was fucking terrible. It was dumb.
Your legs probably felt like you had edema. Like, why are my legs so heavy? Like, Jesus Christ. I think I'm dying out here. No, fuck that. And by the way, he does it. Like, I don't know if that's a real thing that they do at Arizona State University, But this dude took his fucking wife beater off, tied it through the hole in the plate, and then tied it around his shoulder, and still carried it. Yeah, he can be on the team, yo. That the level of determination.
He was running with his crutches.
Yeah, with his crutches, yo. That's
and also Anthony Robles said like this movie is pretty accurate to his life.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's based on his book, the book of his life, which he co-wrote. So, I mean, I guess he could be lying. Like, yeah, then I carried a 45-pound plate. Like, did you? Yeah, two of them. Really? Like, no, that's seriously
on my back. Like, all right, nigga.
Okay. I did think it was.
Or did he actually climb like that hiking trail? And where is that actually blood on your hands, Anthony? Was that a lie?
He's like, yes, I wrote it. It's in the book, ain't it? Then it happened. Mind your business. Don't read too deep into it. No, but I mean, this guy's level of like overcoming adversity is fucking absolutely insane. They have to do like the wheelbarrow thing where you hold the legs of the guy as he's like doing his hands. And you're going up the stairs. Like fun. Yeah, I guess, but I mean, his partner had it a little bit easier than everyone else. I mean,
shut up.
I knew you
did. Shut up.
I was wondering which one of you was going to say something about that.
I'm being a dick. No, but the wild thing actually is he's wrestling at 125 pounds, and like I was watching the wrestling matches. I was thinking about this. He doesn't have a leg, which I don't know how much an average human leg weighs. I guess Google it. But that means he has to put on more weight to make up for that. Like, so yeah, his upper body would be significantly larger than another person wrestling at that same weight class. If anything, he has an unfair advantage. Right?
Well, they say
that nigga, right?
Yeah, he was a big fucking dude. His
body is fucking jet.
Yeah,
he weighs more than 125 pounds.
Well, now, yeah.
I mean, it could be argued that he has an advantage because he only has one leg. He doesn't have two legs, for another leg for a grappler to grapple.
Right.
So it's pros and cons. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with I'd rather have two legs.
I don't know if this is true or not, but
because he has more stability too, though. Like that's also a thing.
Yeah. It says the average male leg is around 38.4 pounds.
Okay, that's a significant. Yeah, so that's a significant amount of weight he would have.
That's my son's weight, yo.
Right. That's damn. Now, and granted, he's also young too, but he's also young too. So he probably wouldn't be quite that big. I mean, that's probably the average like 40-year-old dude. Like, what is he? 18 at this point? 19? But still, let's say it's 30 pounds. That's still 30 pounds you have to make up in the rest of your physique, which is fucking wild. So we do see him like do some sort of wrestling matches and stuff like that. I did appreciate the whole thing where Don Cheadle was like, yeah, he pushes the one guy over like, yeah, you take balance for granted. It's like, yeah, because this guy doesn't. He can't.
Yep.
And like the wrestling, I thought the wrestling stuff was pretty cool. I liked when they were actually in real matches and not practicing because you got this like below angle, which was kind of an interesting way to shoot it. It was unique. I hadn't seen that done. Wrestling is really hard. Like it's a very, very tough fucking sport. So no thanks. I swam in high school, like the bitch I am. So
yeah, and I didn't do that. So
we know. Right. Do you guys have life jackets? Is that possible? I got one of those.
But to make a fashion statement, I ain't getting in the water. Get out of here.
Wait around. Michael, what is the deepest water you've ever been in? 4.5 feet? 5?
The deepest water I've ever been in is
that shit ain't come up to your neck.
up to my neck.
Really?
Like up to my neck. Yeah,
because
I can walk right back out.
Start feeling uncomfortable a little bit.
5.5 feet.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, look. If it's a pool, I'll go up to my neck. If it's the ocean, I'll go up to my ankles. Like I don't know.
Your ankles.
I don't know what's in there, yo. I don't know what's in there. All right. What if a jellyfish come and get me? And then I got to get pissed on? Nah, yo.
Why would jellyfish come and get you?
That's not the proper question. That's not the proper question to that response. No, that's not the proper why. There's another part of that question that should have been addressed with a why. Why was that your response?
Because the way he said, he's like, what if a jellyfish come and get me? But like, really?
How big do you think they are? It's not a man of war. It's not like pulling you under.
I don't know. I've played Final Fantasy VII. I've seen what the weapons look like. They're huge, yo. Like you fight them underwater. Like, get out of here.
So you want to go up to your chest in ocean water?
Emerald weapon.
Yeah.
That's what Micah thinks. That's what Micah thinks a jellyfish is.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to. For what? Seriously, for what?
I was just at the beach the other day.
It's fun.
Nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it fun?
I go up to my shoulder. Sometimes I go until I can't really touch the sand bottom.
Do you swim in the beach? In the ocean?
Yeah.
All right. Be careful.
And we
you are such a stoop sitting nigga. I swear to God, you really are. You really are. Yeah.
I mean, and we have great whites that swim in orcas.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
No, fuck that.
All right.
All
right.
Nah,
yeah, go ahead.
No, you wild.
I really want.
You live where there's like
really
wild coyotes and shit. Like, no.
Yeah, I saw a coyote last night. I see them all the time.
Mm-hmm. All right.
They're just big murder puppies.
Well, look.
Big murder puppy.
Big murder pup. Yep. Okay. All right.
Look, Tiara. I will make you. I will make you a promise. If something tragic happens to you, we will open the episode after your passing with when we reminisce over you. That's what
don't be roasting me over my over death like that.
Like, yo, she made a lot of bad decisions, y'all. You heard it.
I will say this, and Jay can do this too, since he is a citizen of another country, I guess now. But you can go down to
I live in the Gulf of America.
Islands.
Excuse me.
Yes, you do. Don't ever forget it. You see that shield behind you?
That's
it represents America.
This is the Gulf of Puerto Rico. What the fuck are you talking about? Which is, of course, a part of the United States. I'm aware.
Jay could always go to the Guadalupe Islands in Mexico and go cage diving with some great whites.
No.
Sounds like fun.
No. Absolutely not.
You swam though. But you swam though.
Yeah. Outside of the
pool.
But you're in a cage, so you're fine.
Nigga, you're not dunking.
So
you're not
in jail underwater. No, what is your problem, yo? What is your problem? Get the fuck out of here. No.
Look. Yeah, that's a lot of bad times for black people. Here, why don't you get in this cage? No, and we're gonna put you in water. What the fuck are we doing right now? No, look, getting in a cage in quote unquote swimming with great whites, that is the same as being a French fry in a fry basket as they lower it into the fucking hot grease. You're not making it out. Like, this is a terrible idea. Hey, why don't we dangle a snack in front of a fucking predator? No.
Okay.
People do it all the time.
I mean,
white people do it all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, because they don't have natural predators. Like, no.
They need a shock to the system.
I think great white sharks are beautiful.
Well, you go.
They can be beautiful while I watch them on television. That's cool.
Yeah, I enjoy watching them on Shark Week every year. Get out of here. What a distance.
Okay.
You gonna go swimming with a great white?
Gorgeous.
You can go swimming with
I will go cage diving.
Yeah.
I seen that movie.
Yeah.
27 and what the fuck is that movie?
47 meters deep. Where they went to a certain country that Jay is very familiar with, and he went on a cheapy tour, and the cage was rusty and it snapped and they fell all the way to the bottom.
Nigga, all right.
and
absolutely not.
And they made a sequel.
In the water. All right.
Or it could be like Open Water, like that movie Open Water that came out.
I like that Micah's version of swimming or like learning to swim is somewhere between drowning in a pool and being trapped 47 meters below the surface in a cage with sharks. Mike is like, any of these things are possible. Like if you get in a body of water, you just get.
Swimming is a gateway drug to that, man. Swimming is a gateway drug. Fuck out of here.
So, Michael, y'all don't go boogie boarding or anything when y'all go to Florida?
You don't swim.
No, I don't swim. I don't swim. My son loves the beach. He loves the beach. Will not go in the ocean.
Yeah, well.
Wait, he won't go in the water at all?
No, he will not go in the water at all because I raised him.
Why?
That's fucking wild. Now your wife, did your wife get in the water? She's from
yeah,
Florida?
she's from Florida, so yeah, she swims and it's
used to cicadas and shit.
Yeah, she's used to all that dumb shit, lizards just walking up in the house and shit. And, Florida's
we have
weird.
we have geckos.
Yeah.
They make really weird noises. Very strange. So getting back to the movie, that was very funny. Thank you. So they have to do this like trail run, or it's like a little mini mountain type shit. And to prepare for it, it's got, what is it? It's almost a 2,000 foot elevation. Difficulty is labeled extreme. This is the Phoenix Mountains Trail 300. And so he decides, he's like, you know what? I got to prepare for this shit. I know this is coming up, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it by myself. And so he does it once on his own to prepare for it, and then he does it with the whole team. This looks really hard, like real hard. What was the distance? I don't know what it says.
3 miles.
Fuck
Jeez.
that, dude.
On a slope like that? Oh my god.
No thanks.
Nigga, I don't care if that shit was 35 feet. Get out of here. And it's in Arizona. It's hot as Satan's asshole out there. Get the fuck out of here.
The only thing when I was watching this, and I was like, this is Arizona. I know it's hot because it's the middle of the summer or end of summer. Where are the rattlesnakes? He has one, like, he's like one leg. What if he accidentally touches a rock and gets bit? It was just a random thought I had when I was watching it.
Rattlesnakes are fucking super dangerous. And why are you wishing this on that, man? It's fucked up.
I'm just saying, rattlers are everywhere there.
Yeah, it's true. You're not wrong.
In here.
Yuck. So everybody makes it to the top. He eventually does make it to the top as well. He's all beat up. Literally, his hands are bleeding because he has to use crutches the whole time. And he gives like, everyone's like, nigga, how did you get here type of thing. And he gives this like demented smile. And Don Cheadle was like, this is disturbing.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this is out of his mind. Like, god damn. He literally says, Lord have mercy. Like,
I mean, like, I feel at this point, you have to put him on the team, right? Like, if you don't.
like, if you cut me, I'm blowing that motherfucking school up. Like,
you see what my hands are doing? They're bleeding. Which is crazy. He comes home, and Rick is back after his mom kicked him out once, and they're drinking, and they're like, oh, like things are they're working things out. And they got a tattoo because niggas be doing that. I mean, look, I get it. They're Latin, but like,
don't get tattoos for
just a little lighter, nigga.
For other people,
if we being honest. Yeah, don't do that. Don't get a tattoo with a dude who's abusing you. That feels like a mistake. So he's kind of disappointed in his mom, and he goes in his room. He just starts like doing some bench press as you do, and it flashes to a scene that I was like, oh, we should all just want to beat up Bobby Cannavale, or Cannavale's character. Like, I just want to fight this nigga on sight.
Oh yeah, in the car.
Yeah, they show him as a kid, and he's playing with his brother, and he just turns around. And he's like, "Hey, I'm not your dad, right?" And he's like, "Okay, I was not aware of that. I'm 5 years old." And he was like, "Yeah, that's my son. You're not my son. It was like, cool. Coming in loud and clear. Thanks. Why would you do that to a child?
I was like half paying attention. So when it flashed to this, I was like, who the fuck is this little ass nigga? I didn't know who the fuck was it. I didn't know it was him. Because I wasn't paying. I was like, who is this kid? What's going on? Oh, that's him as a child.
I wonder if that's actually Anthony Robles' son. Yeah, because I know he's a dad.
Yeah, look just like him.
He kind of looks like him, yeah. Let's see. No, his name is Landon Robinson. So maybe
he looks like the kid from Stranger Things.
That's
Caleb, whatever the fuck.
Caleb McLaughlin.
No, they don't.
Yeah, he doesn't look like him at all. You're being a racist.
He doesn't. He look like somebody. No, whatever. All these niggas look alike. I don't know. I'm getting old. Like, are you sure?
Get them glasses adjusted, dog.
Yes.
Already. So then he's like, all right, he goes back home and he tells them like, hey, I got this match. I got this match tonight. And basically I have to wrestle to get my spot on the team. And everybody's like, all right, yeah, we're going to all go. And even Rick is like, all right, yeah, I'm going to go too. And he's like, he's never gone to any of his matches. He doesn't give a shit about him. And he loses.
He does look like this nigga. Man, what are you talking about? Look at like, I'm sorry. He does look like him.
No, you mean
yeah, he does.
In fairness, that kid's like 30 years old now, so it's been a long time since season 1. So he gets so distracted by Rick being there and thinking about that whole thing of like Rick telling him it's not his father and all this other shit that he ends up losing. Like he just gets his ass handed to him in this match, and all you can see. There's a moment I actually thought it was like creatively very well done.
This scene was fucking really good. I was like, yo, this is pissing me off.
Yeah, they blur.
They just blur everybody else.
They
out
blur everybody so you can
sitting
see
there.
him clearly. Yeah, that was I've never seen that done. I thought that was kind of a cool effect. And then everyone else is gone, and you just see the face of disappointment.
Yeah,
yeah,
a lot of PTSD with that shot.
It's like a waste of
What
hype.
were you doing when your father was looking at you in utter disgust?
Playing basketball.
Oh, I was gonna say Nintendo 64.
Yeah, I'm not a ball player, guys.
And you're tall.
Yeah, Tiara. Yeah, I'm aware. I am aware.
Your dad standing on the sideline just like Don Cheadle, like
right, as if he's some fucking super athlete, right? Like, nah.
Like nigga, these are your genes. These are your genes. Look at me. I can't dribble. I don't know what to do.
Did he play any sports? Do you know if he played any sports when he was younger?
No, he ran. He did long distance running. Not even like track and field. He did long distance running.
Jesus.
No, so that's why you do it.
That's why I do
That's
it.
why you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly the same.
Used to, because my knees would shatter and my shins would splinter if I did any long distance running now. My doctor was like, nah, the bike for you, buddy.
Take a walk. Not too fast. Don't take your strides too long. So yeah, he gets he comes home, he's like really disappointed that he lost this match, especially in front of Rick. Like as much as he hates Rick, he has this sort of inherent desire to impress him, I guess, to some degree. Which is fucked up. Like, and Rick is not supportive of him at all about anything.
This was the first time he went to a match.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, which is fucked up. Like, that's your stepson. You ain't go to none of his matches. This kid's a national champion. Like, you couldn't go to anything? Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
I really hate terrible father figures in
it's annoying
movies still. It's so God damn it, I hate it. And I understand, like it's a reality for a lot of people, even now in 2025.
Right.
But boy. And here's the thing, right? Like, this guy isn't even like despicable like JP from Bad Sisters, right? Like this guy is so incredibly believable and as just a terrible person, and that's what makes this performance so like emotional. You know what I mean? Like, if this guy was just like a mustache twirling, like, you know, like just a real fucking goofy asshole, it'd be one thing. But like, Bobby Cannavale is so good at playing this just despicable character. It's I've seen very few performances like this. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is David Allen Greer in Tales from the Hood, where he was a terrible father in that movie.
Wait, I don't remember what was the particular part.
It was the kid who could control things with his drawings.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And the father was the monster.
Yeah.
And he was like, I see monsters, and the father was the monster, and it's just like,
Yeah, I mean, he has this way in which he talks to everyone that, I mean, he raises his voice from time to time, but it's just so cutting, and everything is just a put down. Like it's a backhanded comment or something like that, and it's a great performance.
It's more believable than like a lot of other.
Yes,
because some people are just so outrageous, which sometimes it happens, but he's like more believable because it's subdued scumbaggery, right? He's like you said, he does yell, but it's kind of like, no, this is what they would really do. This is what somebody would really do. Because sometimes he's not wrong. That's the other thing. Sometimes he's not like 100% wrong. And it's like, all right.
And he also has a lot of charisma, and he's able to be really, really cutting, but also lighten the mood up, which is what you see with the other kids, because they have like, outside of Anthony, there are like 4 other kids there, and he's able to kind of be almost childlike and then say something that's completely fucked up, and like the same scene. Right. And it's a very, he has a it's like a whiplash effect, like, because you don't know which version you're gonna get when you see him.
Mm-hmm, exactly, and I think that, in fairness to how the role is written, that works really well because he's also abusive, right? And when people like physically and emotionally abusive, people are like, oh, well, why don't you just leave? And it's like, oh, but he's such a fun like guy, and you see those moments where you're like, oh, there he is, and then you're like, okay, right? And so it's easy to remember the good times when the bad shit's sprinkled in, or vice versa. And so that's why a lot of women, or even sometimes men, stay with people who are actually abusive to them, is because of that. It is that whiplash effect, right? Because he's really shitty to her, but the next time, and he leaves, but the next time you see him, he's all like dancing on her, and they're like having fun drinking and getting tattoos and stuff. So it just feels comfortable and nice, right? And then that lasts for...
It's emotional manipulation. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. Just be a hateful asshole all the time. Just be consistent.
Well, that's how it works. It wouldn't work if it was bad. Like, you know what, I'm going.
Tomato, Terrence. Sorry. So then we see Anthony go back to Coach Charles, and basically he's like, look, all right, obviously I'm cut from the team. I lost that match, and he basically was like, what happened? Like, fuck is going on? He goes, yeah, I had like a personal issue, right? Which is, being distracted by Rick being there. And so he's like, all right, well, I'm not doing you any favors or anything, but like, I'm actually moving the guy you lost to up to 133 pounds, because he actually would do better there, right? Like, him cutting weight at 125 is actually, he's actually a lot less powerful than he normally would be. So you're staying in at 125. So like, you're actually on the team. And so he made the walk-on squad, which is dope. So he's actually officially on the team. He goes home. He tells his mom. Everybody is excited. And then he sees these bruises where clearly Rick has been like grabbing on her arm and holding it quite tightly. And so he kind of freaks out. And she's like, no, it's okay. You should see the other guy. And she's like laughing about it. And like, oh, you made the team. That's great. And let's all worry about that. And it's like everything is fine and wonderful. And he, he's not, he's pissed. And it's just like yet another sort of reminder of what his life is outside of wrestling. He gets to school. Some guy on the team comes up to him, delivers what is obviously bad news. And you see the coach telling everybody on the team that the wrestling budget has been cut. So no wrestling season at all, which is fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it. I thought this was going to go somewhere, but it.
It gets resolved rather quickly.
Yeah, it just gets. Yeah, it just like it feels like this was just. This is just like, adversity porn at this point, right? Like,
like a little Mississippi Damned kind of situation.
Well, yeah. I mean, like you said, it didn't. Like I thought that we would see, the impact of this, but there's really no payoff.
Right.
No.
Some alumni gave him some money, and you're just gonna have to take a cut. And what? What are we taking a cut from?
Because I think this would have been a great opportunity, even if this necessarily wasn't part of the book. This would have been a good opportunity for them to go back to, you should have gone to Drexel, because if a place is willing to give you a free ride, that means that program is probably funded, and it's probably important to that school's program. And what if the wrestling team at ASU had stayed cut? Would he have missed out on an opportunity to go elsewhere?
Right.
Again, it's a gamble. So then Jharrel, he's out, he gets home, and he sees his mom yelling at this like lender or banker or what have you, who's come and said, hey, you guys are 6 months behind on your mortgage. Rick was supposed to be paying the mortgage. Apparently he was just pocketing the money and not paying for anything. And so now they are about to get potentially evicted. And, he gives his mom some good advice. He's like, walk your way out of this shit. Like, don't call this guy about Rick. Don't call him. Don't text him. Like, nothing. And he was like, and if he calls and texts you, don't answer. Like, we're going to get through this, we're going to get through it together. Which is a lovely scene. It's very good. Then he finds out his mom was donating blood to pay bills, which is a wild thing to do. And donating blood every day, you fitting to die. Jesus. Like, look, I've had a couple moments in my life that I've been broke. I have never been donate blood for money broke. Like, that's
yeah. I've never been like plasma broke.
Right.
Right. That's I've been eating mustard for dinner broke. not plasma.
I've never been that broke either. Okay.
Oh my God.
No, we've had more than one condiment in our house. My God. Burying. So she's trying to figure something out. He gets called back into ASU and he's like, listen, everybody on the team basically voted to keep you on the team and to take a little bit of a cut of their scholarship so that you can go to school for free as a free ride. Thank you. And everybody's like, look.
I don't know.
Right, I'm like,
this sounds like a him problem, not
I'm not that much of a good Samaritan. I'm sorry.
I like you, but I got a hard life.
I don't know you like it. It's like, I don't know you like that, my nigga. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
We ain't lifelong friends.
Yeah. Look, right. I get it. You clap them out. I get it.
Right. We're taking this whole teammate thing a little too serious. Yeah. Okay.
So,
oh shit.
We see him preparing, for the national championships. He he's doing his thing. He's training. Get a little bit of that kind of Rocky training montage vibes. As his mom is like getting her shit together with the lawyers. Just a side note, this dude is doing strict pull-ups with a bunch of chains on, like a goddamn beast. Good for you. So his mom goes to the bank and she's like, listen, the guy Bennett who works at the bank, it's like, yeah, no big deal. Where's our fucking money? She's like, yeah, you're a predatory bank, and I'm gonna try to fuck your business up. He was like, all right, you got 18 months. Our bad. Sorry about that. Please don't call me. Please don't call the government.
And this is 2008.
Yeah,
right when the housing bubble blew up. You're like, yeah, okay.
He was like, you know what? Our bad. Right. You got us.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. He's shown video of the guy he's got to take on at nationals. This kid is throwing people around by their neck, which looks really unfortunate for everyone involved. And they eventually get to the finals, and that guy kicks the shit out of him because he's too anxious, and so he's not following what he would normally do. He's kind of diving right at the guy. He's not taking his time or anything, and that guy pins him pretty quickly.
So what else I appreciate about this movie? This was the kid from the beginning that he originally beat, right?
It's the guy that the coach picked over him.
Yeah,
right?
the guy. Yeah, this is the guy that went to Iowa from the beginning, right? I
don't think it was him.
I thought it was because the guy's from Iowa, but they all look alike to me. And either or, I was worried that they would make this guy like an uber villain, right? Like,
right,
I'm gonna take your ass out, you and your fucking one leg, you hop along, monkey, right, or some shit like that.
Right.
No, he didn't.
No, he's just he's just an opponent.
Yeah, he was just an opponent. He beat the guy, shook his hand at the end, but I'm the fucking man. Like, oh, okay, wow, this is refreshing.
This wasn't the Karate Kid, nigga.
Right.
No, I agree. I'm glad they didn't, because that would felt very cheap.
Like, what the fuck?
Even though that one girl who was like, break his leg, and Jennifer Lopez was ready to break her face. I love that. I agree. I'm glad they didn't go the whole the bullying route, only because there was already so much adversity in the movie. I'm like, we don't need to pile it on. But I will say there was a scene with the Iowa kid and I guess his coach, and they were like, Anthony Robles is taking down some pretty good guys. What do you think? And they were like, well, they gotta go through me, and for us, anyone who finishes second is still last. So, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna write that down. I loved it. I love sports movies.
I mean, isn't that the Ricky Bobby line? Like, if you aren't first, you're last. Like, it's the same idea. I mean, look, I get it. These guys are super competitive, but yeah, it definitely wasn't a like, I'm gonna destroy you and your sensei fucking Karate Kid shit.
Right. Like, I will break you. Like, what the, like, huh? What? Like, no, they didn't do that. That was actually really refreshing. I actually really enjoyed it. This is like one of the most positive ass sports movies. Because I'm used to The Program. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, I love that movie. I love that movie. That movie is insane.
That's what I grew up on. But no,
this is nuts. They literally, TR, have you ever seen the movie The Program?
Nope.
You probably can't even get the original cut of that film. Because the original cut of that film, do you remember when that movie came out? This is a college football movie. And it's
what
about
year did it come out? Hold on,
you were probably
90s.
Yeah, you were probably drinking similar.
Came out September 1993. I wasn't even 2 years old yet.
93? Damn, that's that long ago?
Yeah.
That
movie's mad old.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I wasn't even 2 yet.
Yeah, it was starring one of the guys was Zangief from the fucking Street Fighter movie.
Yeah. Quick, change the channel.
That guy was a really good actor. But yeah, he was the one who was on steroids. Like, yeah, no shit. But they had a moment in the original cut where in a hazing phase on the team, they had these niggas lay in traffic on the lines of traffic.
Yeah, I remember that.
And some kids got killed trying to do that, and they cut that from the scene. Like, you can't, if you buy the DVD, it's not on there. Yeah. So that's the era that we grew up in. Hey, why don't we promote this to kids? Oh, this might have been a bad idea. Yeah, no shit.
But it was a bad idea. This stupid kid decided to sit in the middle of the traffic. Look, this is stupid. The kid's very dumb.
The kid was dumb.
I wouldn't sit in the middle of traffic.
No, I was like, this movie's awesome though.
Yeah, and now I can't see a cool scene.
Right, because
fucking Chad over there, I was like, bro, I'm going to do the same thing, bro, and don't have the common sense to not lay in traffic.
I mean, there are idiots everywhere. So he feels really bad after losing. Goes back to see his high school coach. High school coach is like, look, man, like you did everything that you wanted to do. It's not that big of a deal. And he's like, look, at the same time, like you got to still, like he wants to push. Like I want to win this thing, because if I actually don't win and just come in second, people will just always kind of pity me. But if I come in first and like get back up and win, then the most important thing about me won't be that I don't have a leg. Which I was like,
right,
fair enough. Like that, he's not exactly wrong about that. And he gives that speech, and it's like he's got the tears are like right at the front of his eyes because he's a damn good actor. He can kind of pull that, and so
that boy can cry.
He does really good at pulling emotional scenes, like quite well.
Mm-hmm.
He really, really does. So then we see him now in his senior year, which would be 2 years later. He's like, training and everything else. He goes home, and his brothers and sisters are outside, or his brothers and sister are outside, and they say they're locked out, and he hears all this like glass breaking and whatever. And he fucking throws his shoulder, knocks the door down, and sees Rick is back, and clearly is like beating on his mom and all this other shit. And so Terrence's favorite scene's coming up. So he's been waiting to kind of throw down with this guy the whole time. And that guy's like, yeah, look, this ain't no wrestling shit. I'll Floyd Mayweather your ass or some shit like that, he says. And then the guy's ass choked the fuck out, which was pretty great.
This was very cathartic.
Yeah. Felt good.
And I like how Jennifer Lopez kind of hesitated a little bit. Like,
oh, the phone call? Like,
yeah, like, yeah.
My bad.
My son. Okay. Yeah, can I get 911 here?
Right.
I can't breathe. I don't care if a wrestler doesn't have any legs. If somebody is a collegiate athlete, especially in wrestling, this is not a person to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if people know that's like.
But
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like in UFC, like the most dangerous people are people who are former wrestlers.
Yeah, like, that's why people who can't wrestle in the UFC are like, no, well, why don't you stand up though? Why don't you stand up and
why
box
should I when I can choke you out on the ground, bitch? Like you talking about?
If you get a wrestler and then teach them striking, niggas are super dangerous. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, yo, I run around in a solar suit to lose weight to fight. Does it feel like a good idea to fight that guy? No, it does not. No, I'm good.
But like, even if this person has one leg, right? This is a championship caliber wrestler with one leg, which means that he is taking down dudes his size who have two legs on a regular basis. What makes you think you could win? Like what makes you special? I
mean, you ever see people like guys who are like, oh yeah, I could beat Serena Williams in a tennis match just because I'm a man. I'm like, no, you couldn't.
Don't do that.
Like, you couldn't. As an amateur, no, you couldn't. Like, get the fuck out of here. Every professional athlete could beat you at their sport. I don't care how good you are. You would lose. There was some video I remember, somebody like some guys trying to call out like, oh, this like white guy who played in the NBA, and they were like, yeah, that guy can't play for shit. And he was like, all right, I'll play you. It's like the worst nigga in the NBA is still leagues ahead of you.
Better.
Like, why did you think you could beat that guy? This thing is like 6'7" and dunking on people. Yeah, he made it to a league that's got like 45 people who play on it regularly. Like what are the best in the world? What are you talking about?
There are people who will call on the sports talk radio and say that they can get a yard in the NFL, and they're like, "Do you know how hard it is to get a yard in the NFL? A yard?
Yo, they would break
yard
you in half."
Like, do you want to die?
You like Braun Breaker
Like,
hit
with
ice show
against
speed.
a full right, like against a full like 22-man group. Like if a quarterback
position is
has
this
him,
guy
he can
talking
get
about?
the yard. What the fuck? All right,
Quarterback?
yo. All right.
Halfback? As a halfback, he thinks he can get a yard?
No, these are guys who call in sports talk
Like,
radio.
really?
They're just saying like, I can get a yard. That's
as
so
a
easy. I'm
running
like,
back. Like as a running back, you just toss fucking Brian down the street the ball, see if he can get into the fucking end zone. Okay, dude.
okay.
Go ahead
All
and
right,
knock
you
your
can't
fucking
get
the
eyeballs
fucking
out of your head first. Yeah, people.
Like, I mean, do you want to get hit by 50-year-old Ray Lewis? No.
No.
No, not really. Mm-mm.
Nah, I'm scared to
Him?
talk to him about his
Fucking
career.
Ed Reed? No thanks. No.
I wouldn't want to get hit by
No.
Tony Saragusa now. Like what the fuck?
Well, he's dead.
Well, he's dead. So
Yeah, he's dead.
Fine. I can
you
get
know
it.
what though? You know what? I still wouldn't.
I still would.
You got a big
But
frame.
also, Jay, I'm a little surprised that you know who Tony Saragusa is.
I know things.
Yeah, not enough to know that the man's been dead for quite a while though.
But
I said I know things,
okay.
not everything.
But
I mean, if I
But I'll
look,
tell you
if
this.
I'm being a dick, if I had to guess,
Yo, shut up, yo. Shut up.
he's a big fucking dude, man. Like
Come on, yo.
he was a big guy.
But I think he was a trumper before he died.
All right, then it all worked out, didn't it?
You know, it is what it
Jesus.
is.
Yeah,
You know,
it worked out.
he's a rich
Yeah. He
He's a rich
ate
white
it all.
guy. Like
He got
the
all the
odds are in
hamburgers
his
he
favor
needed.
that he would be a Trump guy.
Oh. Now I don't care.
Mm.
Now I really don't feel bad about making my fat guy dead joke about Derek Saragusa.
Jesus.
I don't.
Like,
He was still a human
though,
being.
before you continue, was he actually a Trumper? Good Lord.
It's too late now.
Confirmed.
I'm already dedicated to it. It's too late.
These two over here just slandering people. Just calling them racists and shit. He's
I didn't.
calling these guys Hulk
I didn't-
Hogan.
Again,
I
another
didn't,
one.
I didn't
Another one.
call him the slur of being racist.
Racism. Calling someone a racist isn't a slur. It's just an accurate. It's just an accurate label. So his high school coach goes over to the house. Coach Bobby Williams goes to the house to see his mom, and he's like, "Ugh, your hair's jet black. This is very disturbing to me." He's like, "Hey, I got these letters from all these people about Anthony," and she's like, "Oh, okay, cool, thanks." And he goes, "You should probably read some of these, and also, would you like to go on a date?" I mean that, like, come on, like, that's how I thought it was gonna happen, absolutely. But he's like, "Yeah, look, I've been coaching a lot of guys, and I've never met anybody like your son. He's a great person, and you must be a really great mom." She's like, "No, he's very good, and he's an extraordinary person." And he's like, "Yeah, no, but like a lot of people have extraordinary mothers, and they turn out to be kind of shitbags. So, nah, like you're doing something
Like, yeah,
different."
that's not how that works. He's like, yeah, that's not how that works. Like, you did something. Okay.
Also, if you could just write your digits on the back of this envelope, please. So like she starts reading some later on. She starts reading some of the letters to Anthony, and they're all like, they're very inspiring. Like, oh, he makes me feel like, you know, I can do amazing things, and these are written by kids and stuff like that. And
Okay,
like,
this
a lot
part
of people
almost
believe
got
in
me.
him.
I'm not gonna lie. This part almost got me. I was like,
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Yeah, this is where I
Come on,
cried.
man.
This is where you cried. Jennifer Lopez is
Yeah.
crying. Jharrel Jerome is crying. Tiara crying. Terrence is punching a wall because he refuses to be in touch with his feelings. Absolutely.
What is the salty discharge?
Yeah. Everybody starts crying. Terrence is like, yeah,
It's
without context, that's a wild thing to say.
that sounds really terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I just imagine when everybody starts crying, Terrence is like, you know what? Let me hit 5 more push-ups just to make myself feel better. And yeah, he feels like proud to be inspirational to all these people, and you should. I almost cried at this scene. I mean, I'm a man, so I didn't. Then we go to the national championships, and it's kind of like, you know, the Karate Kid, like, you're the best kind of fucking quick montage of Anthony kicking the shit out of everybody else. And he gets to the finals, and he's got to take on the same lanky, weird white kid that he did the first time. And like, it's a good match. Like it really was. I really enjoyed it. Look, here's how you know Anthony is black as fuck. His intro music was Annie Up, which is which I thought was, I was like, yeah, like, as it should be. That's fair. Like, I don't know my dad, but I'm pretty sure my dad's a nigga. Turn that music on. It was like, that's correct. And he has a little meet up with Coach Charles right before the match. And Coach Charles was like, all right, so what's your game plan? He's like, what you mean, what's my game plan? Like, you don't have a plan? Like, what the fuck? He's like, look, you know this kid. You know him better than his coach knows him. Like, you know, find a way to win type of shit. And he just goes out there, and it's a good match. Like Micah said,
this was a really good match.
But like Micah said, you know, this kid isn't like evil. He's not Ivan Drago. There's no like, they don't care for each other, but that's just like normal hard.
He's trying to win too.
Right, yeah, he's just trying to win. He's starring in his own movie. He's starring. So White on White Cinema is reviewing his movie.
That's funny.
And you can tell this dude's a wrestler because he got cauliflower hair.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Wow. There was a couple people like his training buddies or whatever in the school. It was like, yeah, that's a real wrestler. That's yeah.
And also, I think they said this dude was also undefeated.
Yeah, they both were. Were.
So, yeah.
But yeah, it's a very well done match. Like, again, that shooting from beneath, so you can kind of get an understanding of the angle of like what's happening is very cool. Look, wrestling is dope to watch at like the high levels, especially if somebody, you know, broke their freaking neck and continue to wrestle. So, you know, it's shit's impressive. Like it is actually quite impressive. But in the end, and it's a pretty tight match, Anthony ends up winning. I did appreciate that the other coaches had to hold Don Cheadle back because he was getting so fucking hyped. They're like, all right, relax, coach, relax.
Don Cheadle was not acting.
Nah, he was in that shit for real. But he actually ends up beating him like 8-6 or 8-5, whatever the hell that means. And he's able to do this ball and chain pull that he tried to do on him the first time, but he lost because the guy, I guess, reversed it or what have you. But this time he was able to hold him, and for the last 8 seconds of the match, thus keeping winning on points, which is dope.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about wrestling. I don't know how the fuck that shit works.
No, I don't.
That's why I watch the WWE. Because I don't know what the hell's going on. It just looks cool, right?
It does.
If you get their back, that's 2 points. If you get the shoulders to the mat, that's a wrap, right?
Yeah. That's
the
how
match.
that guy beat him the first time.
Yeah, that's how he beat him, because he was being too fucking aggressive. And Ken reversed him.
Yeah.
And he was
I
bridging,
didn't
so his shoulders didn't touch the mat. So he ran out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody did a perfect plex, so it wasn't wasn't realistic for me at all.
Yeah, where is the like? There's no top rope. Very strange. Super.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Like, where are the chairs? Like in the kendo sticks. Like, that doesn't.
And the fact that they call it professional wrestling is so fucking wild to me.
It's so stupid. Like, it's
Like, no,
completely
this is the professional level. Like, why?
It almost feels insulting compared to what Anthony and them do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it absolutely kind of is. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's goofball entertainment. But at the same time, like, there are former wrestlers who do professional wrestling.
Kurt Angle, who,
very
could
fucking good.
probably, right, Kurt Angle could probably legitimately, like Chad Gable could legitimately hurt people. And they had him as Shorty G, right? Like, it's just weird, yo. It's just weird.
Yeah. I did see a thing with like an interview with Kurt Angle that when Brock Lesnar came into the WWE, like, because Lesnar was a wrestler in college too, which is fucking insane. Who the fuck is taking that big dude? Good God.
He didn't lose.
Yeah, he's fucking huge. He looked up to Kurt Angle. Like, Lesnar's like, yeah, he was like my hero. Like, I watched him, in the Olympics and everything else. And so when he got to the WWE, he was like, he wanted to wrestle Kurt Angle. And Angle still beat him. As big as Lesnar is, Angle was that good of a fucking wrestler that he beat Lesnar, which is great.
Well, when Brock Lesnar decides to do a moonsault and falls on his head, that might affect you a little bit.
It's like,
oh my God,
that way too athletic to be that fucking big, man.
Yeah, but like, if you don't get your big ass off the goddamn top rope before you break it, I'm gonna do it.
Because he used to do it in OVW.
It's just weird, yo. It's just weird. It's like looking at a Great Dane in the air. You know what I mean? Like that. Like that doesn't. What? That doesn't work.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be that athletic. I 100% agree. And then that's sort of the end of the movie. They show the real Anthony Robles as a motivational speaker. He was assigned to like the Presidential Health and Fitness Council under Obama, which I'm sure is probably going away now for fucking fast food hamburger eating, contest winners or some shit. Or whatever dumb fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, they'll just get Joey Chestnuts or whoever.
That's what I was about to say.
How many hot dogs can you eat? Like, that's the requirement. Get in there. And so yeah, that guy's made a life for himself. He's married and he's a dad. So, and he's back. He took old high school,
yeah,
which is dope. You would think that he would go to the college level, but I don't know.
Yeah. His mom went to college, which is dope.
Yeah, she got her doctorate, and now she's at ASU as like assistant dean of students. I think it's that, which is cool. It all worked out for everybody. That's dope. All right, that is it for us. Any closing words on this?
No, check it out.
No, it was fine. Yeah, it was fine. It was it's a sports movie, and they all kind of. If you like a sports movie and you want, like, if you need some inspiration, yeah, go ahead and check it out. It's not bad.
All right. That's it for us. We'll be back next week for another preview episode for episode 277. Later, guys.
See ya.
Peace.
You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.